Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. I'm here today on a Thursday. We're getting towards the end of the week, and I've been talking about what love means. And I want to do that today and tomorrow, finish up the week. And this morning, I have a passage from 1 Peter. 1 Peter chapter 3, and beginning with the last part of verse 8. It says, "Love each other as brothers and sisters. Be tender-hearted. Keep a humble attitude. Don't repay evil for evil. Don't retaliate with insults when people insult you. Instead, pay them back with a blessing. This is what God has called you to do, and He will grant you His blessing. For the scriptures say, if you want to enjoy life and to see many happy days, keep your tongue from speaking evil, your lips away from telling lies, turn away from evil and do good, search for peace, and work to maintain it. The eyes of the Lord watch over those who do right, and His ears are open to their prayers." Well, as I started out this week with 1 John 3 and compared it to John 3, how God loved us first and then how we're supposed to love others, this passage continues the theme because it says here, be tender-hearted and keep a humble spirit and love each other. Now, there are times when being tender-hearted and a humble spirit is not what we feel like doing. And I understand that because I feel the same way sometimes. Most of the time, though, I only express that feeling within the confines of my office or someplace where nobody else is. You see, feelings, as my wife, who was a marriage counselor, says, are not facts. What I feel at the moment is an emotional response to something that's happened or something that's been said or something somebody's done. That's when we get into trouble, when we do that first. Now, I heard this technique, which I've never been able to really employ, that before you speak, just be real quiet and count to 10 and then think about it. What I have learned in my teaching over the years was before I responded to a student, I thought about it overnight. And then I had a chance to get my emotions a little bit set aside in order to focus on what really would be helpful. And here it says to be tenderhearted and humble. Don't repay evil for evil. Loving attitudes don't repay evil for evil. Now, it's recognizing that evil comes, and it's recognizing that evil comes upon you, and usually that's from someone else. But it says don't respond the same. Don't retaliate with insults when people insult you. Don't give back what you've been given. That's not a loving person. That's a bully. And the world's full of bullies. And they think that if they just push you hard enough, they can get their way. And we see that in world politics. Might makes right. But Jesus had all the might in the world. And He never forced anybody to do anything. There's a lesson to be learned there. It says, instead of doing that, pay them back with a blessing. What's a blessing? A wishing for them to have a good day, a hope that their troubles will go away. If they're angry, a blessing would be something to the effect that may your anger subside so your heart can speak. I can't help what other people do, but I can help what I do and what I think and what I say. If I'm loving, if I'm if I'm responding to how God loved me with a similar response, then I'm required to not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. It says this is what God's called you to do and will grant you his blessing. Now, what's interesting here is I didn't say to do this. God did. If you don't like it, you think it's unfair, you think it's not right, well, talk to him about it. See what he says. You know, you want God's blessing on your life, but you're not willing to give the same thing to someone else just because they did something to you? Think about that for a minute. How much more selfish does it get? People who insult back, they're selfish. People who are angry all the time, they're selfish. People who repay evil with more evil, they're selfish. I don't care what else they call it. They're just selfish people. And if you want God to bless you, you can't be a selfish person. It doesn't work that way. And it says here at the end that God will give you his blessing. It says, for if you want to enjoy life, you want to see many happy days, then turn away from evil. Don't talk about lies. Don't speak evil and do good. It says the eyes of the Lord look out for those who do that. And he gives them their blessing. You want a long, happy life? Live a life of love and love of others. If that's not your natural tendency, okay, change. You can do that. It might be hard work. But if you want a long and happy life, now I guess if you don't want one, that doesn't matter. But if you really want to experience joy, you can't be angry. You can't repay insult for insult. You have to give blessings. Well, that's what love means. And thank God that he loved me first. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a chance of living this out. Well, thanks for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow to finish up this week. If you have a prayer concern or a need, let us know. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.